Hi, Mr. Bandyopadhyay. So, the Reserve Bank of India's Monetary Policy Committee on Wednesday hiked the repo rate by 25 basis points. This was largely expected. What is your take on the overall policy?
Even though part of the market was expecting RBI could press the pause button, but largely it's on the line. As far as the stance is concerned, again, it continues with the stance of withdrawal of accommodation. There, I think there's a expectation was 50-50. Even if it doesn't go to neutral, there could be some more nuanced, but RBI has refrained from doing that. So it's kept all the options open, but I think it's par for the course. Both the policy rate hike, and this is, of course, one way of looking at it is this is the lowest, if you see, in the entire rate hiking cycle, which started in May last year. This is the lowest quantum of rate hike. Yes. So is this the end of it? I think we need to wait and watch. The governor has refused to comment on it. He has not given any forward guidance. But during the press conference, one word is, he says that we are optimistic. So that gives us an optimism. You never know. It could be.
Now, this brings me to my next question, that as you're also pointing out, it is widely expected that this is the last rate hike, but no such guidance from RBI. What do you think is holding them back from giving such an indication?
It's primarily the inflation, particularly the core inflation, which is a reflection of the demand in the economy. It continues to be sticky. And of course, the external circumstances. So one thing we shouldn't forget that, I mean, there was all around celebration when inflation came down from 6% for 2 consecutive months. But 6% is not our inflation target. Our inflation target is 4% plus minus 2 percentage point. So we had shifted the goalpost from 4 to 6. It's very heartening to see that Reserve Bank of India Governor Mr. Das is sticking to the goalpost of 4%, and he is determined to bring down the inflation to that level. And for that, whatever it takes, he will do. I mean, in as many words he says. So that's the part of the external uncertainties. It's the high inflation, high headline inflation, and entrenched high core inflation. These are the factors.
But for the Q4 of the next financial year, the inflation projection of 5.6%, do you think it is on the higher side? Like there's a dichotomy there?
No, there's no dichotomy. Say on the inflation side, RBI seems to be more conservative than the market. In fact, it's higher than the market expectation, even for throughout the year, even the average inflation expectation also for the next year, particularly of the last quarter that you say. On the growth side, again, Reserve Bank of India is more bullish than what the market has been expecting. So
that's on the higher side.
6%. So, but if there's an interconnect, and it's in sync with it. If you are projecting a higher growth, obviously the inflation also will be higher.
What about some of the other things that the policy talks about? Mr. Das has talked about rural demand going up, and the lending and borrowing of government bonds, etc., has been allowed. What is your take on that?
No, the other aspect, apart from all the minor things and all, I think it's basically addressing the liquidity and the depth of the government bond market. We have a record record government borrowing for the coming fiscal. Last year also it was record borrowing, but RBI has been able to pull it off without much hiccups. This coming year again, it will be even bigger. RBI is pretty confident about that, which is why you see the bond market has not reacted adversely. It's a very muted reaction. The rate action is in sync with the market expectation, but the stance remain unchanged, is not exactly in sync with the market expectations. Despite that, bond market has not reacted terribly adversely. It's a pretty muted reaction. So even though Reserve Bank of India has not committed anything, I think the market feels confident that RBI would step in probably does some way more, that's open market operation, government bond buying, so on and so forth, to see it through. So apart from looking at inflation, keeping it in check, and talking about the resilience of the economic system, of resilience of Indian economy, it's on a footing. The third part of the story is the Reserve Bank of India is pretty confident about ensuring the government borrowing program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bandyopadhyay, for joining us and sharing your thoughts on the monetary policy.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.
I am the blue of the limitless sky. I am the inspiration that led success soar high. I will achieve, I will fly high. I am the I in SBI.
I'm backed by the nation's trusted bank, SBI, the banker to every Indian.